fire, more heat.
Kings 88.5 FM.
Playing the hot jams all day long.
Where the beat meets the heart of Liberia. Your home for the best hits, news, and community vibes.
More heat.
From the latest news to your favorite tunes, we've got your back morning, night, and afternoon. Join our family, connect with your crew. Kings FM 88.5, just for you.
Good morning and welcome to King's News for 45 minutes news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and the rest of the world. Today is Tuesday, October 7, 2025. I need to represent his stories for all of this morning. The coalition for democratic change says October 18 for party new headquarters groundbreaking. CDC headquarters construction committee chairman Councilor Funate Kofa says lands have been secured in other counties for local headquarters construction. Doctors, nurses, and several other health workers of the hospital the hospital management are failing to pay COVID-19 risk allowance and other benefits owed them for years. More change administrators ABS and Rockhill Pastor Jenkins Johnson charged with kidnapping and criminal conspiracy. Michael Quinn accuses the predate of kidnapping his wife 7 years ago and is pregnant to go away from Liberia. The Sudanese Malaysian leader has been found guilty of committing war crimes against humanity in the Darfur region more than years ago. The U.S. has deported 10 people to Eswatini despite rights groups in the South African state mounting legal action to black players. Plus the news bulletin, our international developments, our package. We are taking a very short break. I'll be right back. The Coalition for Democratic Change has announced October 18 as the official groundbreaking ceremony for its new national headquarters in Congo Town. The construction of the headquarters is part of the party's broader strategy to enhance its institutional activities. Speaking at the major press conference Monday, the headquarters construction committee chairman, Representative Funate Kofa, said the new headquarters would serve as the administrative and strategic home for the party's activities. According to him, the project is valued at approximately $1.6 million and is expected to be completed within 6 months. Kofa also revealed that the project's funding came from diverse supporters, including seditions, United Party affiliates, and opposition members of the opposition political party. According to Kofa, 18% of the money raised for the construction of the CDC new headquarters was contributed by the ruling United Party supporters, while 52% came from CDC supporters. The CDC headquarters construction committee chairman at the same time disclosed that the party has secured land in other counties, including Grand Cru and Magibi, for the construction of local headquarters as part of its decentralization initiative. In a related development, the chairman of the Congress for Democratic Change, Jangako, has announced that the party is fully committed to pursuing legal action concerning the recent demolition of its former headquarters in Congo Town. Chairman Ko described the demolition as both illegal and premature, noting that the party will exhaust all legal efforts to ensure that the government is held accountable for its alleged actions. And also revealed that the party has filed 2 separate appeals with the Supreme Court in connection with the matter. Court further criticized the timing and manner of the demolition, alleging that it was carried out with malicious intent, thus referencing the destruction of the party's iconic Sakomo tree, among other things. The CDC chairman also accused the government of being responsible for damage of personal property during the operation and alleged that some police officers looted items during the demolition exercise. Chairman Ko at the same time challenged the Liberian government to account for a series of deaths allegedly linked to police actions in Kinjo and other parts of the country. Several workers of ELWE Hospital, including doctors, nurses, held a protest in demand of payment of outstanding benefits. The protesting staff, including physician assistants, nurses, laboratory technicians, pharmacists, cleaners, support staff, and contractors. According to them, they can no longer endure unfair treatment, poor working conditions, and misuse of donor funds, calling for immediate action to improve their salaries to reflect the current cost of living in Liberia. The aggrieved ELWE hospital workers accused the management of the hospital of failing to pay arrears owed them for years despite serious engagements. They pointed out that what the term as stressful and unsafe conditions, adding that many rely on motorcycles and commercial taxis to reach the hospital, which poses daily risk. The workers are urging SIM and hospital management to provide buses that would ensure safer and more reliable transportation to and from work. The health workers are demanding the immediate payment of salary arrears, COVID-19 risk allowances, and proper remittance of NASCOP deductions. They also cited unsafe working environments, salary delays, lack of transportation such as buses and ambulances, and growing pay disparities as reasons for their action. The pastor of the Mo Changer Ministry Church in GSA Road, Rock Hill community has been charged to the Monrovia City Court for allegedly kidnapping and impregnating Madam Musukwe, member of the church. Pastor Jenkins Johnson's arrest was as the result of a complaint filed by the court by Michael Kwe's husband of Madam Musukwe. Kwe claimed that his wife felt ill since they got married years ago, suggesting that her pastor could heal her. According to him, his wife left their Broadville residence with his 14-year-old child to the church to rebuild her health, but without his consent after he accused her of being in relationship with the pastor. Johnson's account to the court led to Magistrate Ben Bacos' arrest order for Pastor Jenkins Johnson and was charged for kidnapping and criminal conspiracy. Our judicial correspondent said Pastor Johnson's offenses also compelled Magistrate Bacos to forward the preacher case to criminal court A due to lack of jurisdiction. Following Magistrate Ben Bacos' decision, Michael Kwe told judicial reporters that his concern is his 14-year-old child, whereabouts, and not the pregnancy of his wife. The Liberia National Police has launched an investigation into an alleged gang rape involving a 60-year-old woman in Ganta, Nimba County. In a statement issued Monday, the LNP confirmed that one of the two suspects, reportedly the son of a serving police officer. According to the statement, the officer in question is currently under investigation by the Professional Standard Department of the Liberia National Police at the headquarters of the LNP for allegedly attempting to obstruct the arrest of his son. The police disclosed that one of the suspects has been arrested and formally charged, while a manhunt has been launched to apprehend the second suspect. The LNP further condemned all forms of sexual and gender-based violence and reaffirmed its commitment to upholding the rule of law, protecting vulnerable citizens, and ensuring accountability, including among its own members. The Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency Bomi County Detachment has reportedly arrested, investigated, and forwarded to court a 45-year-old woman linked to large quantity of tramadol discovered concealed in several gallons of red oil. According to an LDA release Monday, the arrest was made during an inspection exercise at the Clay checkpoint. The release revealed that the officers uncovered the drugs inside gallons containing red oil at the checkpoint. It added that during the investigation, the suspect identified as Amon Boya admitted that the gallons belonged to her. Meanwhile, the confiscated drugs are estimated to worth more than 900,000 Liberian dollars. The LDA Bomi County Detachment further stressed the need for citizens' continuous support in the fight against illicit drugs across the country. Schools of aggrieved students of Bomi County Community College on Monday presented a petition to the local leadership of Bomi County. The students in the petition call for urgent intervention in addressing ongoing nationwide strike by the Rural University and Colleges Faculty Association. Academic activities across rural higher learning institutions have been stalled due to what the protesters have described as salary disparities and demands for salary standardization for faculty members. During the Monday protest, students described the current situation as disappointing, noting that it is severely affecting their academic progress. Reading the petition, Alfred Coleman appealed to Bomi County Superintendent Miata Dolet to take immediate steps in resolving the crisis. He emphasized that the students are growing increasingly frustrated by the lack of learning activities on campus. Receiving the petition, Bomi County Superintendent Miata Dolet assured the students of a commitment to address their grievances. She promised to meet with the college administration, including the president of Bomi County College, to discuss possible ways forward. Hundreds of residents of Marquette Clan in rural Todi District, Mosurada County, over the weekend staged a peaceful assembly calling on the Liberian government to reinstate John Fode Lewis as their rightful clan chief. The protest comes in the wake of controversial decision to withdraw Lewis' appointment, which was initially issued by the Ministry of Internal Affairs to the Office of the Superintendent. According to residents, Lewis had received an official letter naming him as clan chief, but the appointment was suddenly revoked following a directive from a higher authority within 2 weeks after receiving the letter, followed by an induction ceremony. Speaking during the peaceful gathering, the spokesperson Emmanuel David Tokbad alleged that the reversal was due to political influence, specifically pointing fingers to Bon County Senator Prince Moy and other officials. Tokbad claimed that Senator Moy, who owns a farm in the district, and others had influence in local governance and that's for personal gain, and I'd allegedly using money to suppress dissent. The political leader of the Alternative National Congress has called on members of the ANC to work hard in order to redeem the Liberians from high level of poverty that most of them are experiencing as a result of bad governance. He challenged the newly elected officers of the party to lead differently, to re-energize themselves and to motivate in order to prepare for a better future of the party. Cummings spoke shortly after he and other members of the Alternative National Congress were inducted at the end of the fourth national convention of the ANC held in Kakata, Magibi County during the weekend. Speaking earlier, the national chairman of the ANC, Lafayette Good, disclosed that his leadership embarked on a journey of rebuilding field by enthusiasm and optimism. According to Councillor Good, the party, from its 1% in the previous elections, is working on modalities to come stronger in the 2029 election. Others inducted at the end of the convention were Representative Tawan Wongwe, Vice Chairman for Administration, Musa Soare, National Vice Chairman for Inter-Party Affairs, Kwanyud Bengba, Vice Chairman for Finance and Investment, Desmond Nimle, National Secretary General, among others. Residents of District No. 1 Montserrat County have sharply criticized the lawmaker, Rocky Barry, over what they describe as poor leadership ability and lack of development plan. Following an interview with citizens of Morrissey Farm to the district, the largest area within the constituency, residents complained that the lawmaker has not returned to the district since her election to say thank you and has failed to fulfill campaign promises made during the election period. Citizens have also raised concern about the unresolved issue involving workers of the company in the area who are owed over $1 million. They noted that despite assurances from the lawmaker to intervene in the matter, there has been no visible effort to address the situation. Residents further described Representative Barry as an embarrassment to the district and accused her of showing no interest in the welfare of the people. Many believe that the failure to deliver on promises and her continued absence from the district make her unfit for re-election. The residents of Morris Farm to the district are now calling on the government of Liberia to step in and resolve the long-standing migrant matter, urging authorities to ensure justice for the affected workers. The Assistant Minister for Technical Services at the Ministry of Internal Affairs, Orlando Aman, led a half-hour delegation from the National Road Fund to Grand Cape Mount County in support of the county ongoing road maintenance and side brushing initiative. During the visit on Monday, the delegation presented several insectual material, including 50 cutlasses, 2 motorbikes, 30 wheelbarrows, rakes, 53 pairs of rain boots, 10 road signs, and other tools aimed at improving road conditions in the area. Speaking during the presentation ceremony, Assistant Minister Orlando Aman reaffirmed the government's commitment to enhancing road connectivity across Liberia, especially in rural communities where poor road conditions continue to affect transportation and economic activities. He said the donation demonstrates the government's resolve to ensure that no county is left behind in the drive to improve infrastructure and community development. For his part, local authorities in Grand Cape Mount County expressed deep appreciation to the Ministry of Internal Affairs and the National Road Fund for the timely intervention. They pledge to make effective use of the materials to maintain and keep the county's road network safe and accessible throughout the year. In another development, the National Road Fund of Liberia has officially donated 2 vehicles to the Ministry of Transport for monitoring of weight of vehicles plying various routes throughout the country. Speaking during the presentation ceremony, the fund's manager, Jessica Wento, said the vehicles were donated to the ministry. That's to the ministry to strengthen monitors on vehicles carrying overweight on various bridges and roads in Liberia. According to Martha Wento, the vehicle were purchased from the fund raised by the National Road Fund of Liberia in order to help the ministry, police, and roads on overloaded vehicles. Receiving the vehicles, the Deputy Minister for Land and Road Transport, Randolph Nack, thanked the National Road Fund of Liberia for the donation. Minister Nack assured the National Road Fund of Liberia that the vehicles will be used for its intended purpose, so as to protect the roads and bridges from overloaded vehicles. And the National Teachers Association of Liberia is encouraging stakeholders in the educational sector to invest in teachers' training and improved salaries. The association's president, Lyric Command, disclosed that teachers continue to experience many challenges, including low salaries, poor working conditions, lack of motivation from the government, and preparators of schools. Father Newman spoke at the program marking the observance of the World Teachers Day organized by the National Teachers Association of Liberia and partners in Salana, County of Monday. Remarking on the program, NTL Secretary General W. Suat said the observance of the World Teachers Day is intended to advocate for the improvement of the livelihoods of teachers and encouraging them to work so as to improve the teaching perfection. The program brought together teachers from all over the country and was held under the theme Together for Teachers, Together for Tomorrow. What if you just joining us? A reminder, you're listening to King's News Bone, a 45 minutes news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and the rest of the world. Stories we follow in this morning. The Coalition for Democratic Change says October 18 for party new headquarters groundbreaking. CDC headquarters construction committee chairman Councillor Fona Jikofa says lands have been secured in other counties for local headquarters construction. Doctors, nurses, and several other workers of EAW Hospital accused the hospital management of failing to pay COVID-19 risk allowance and other benefits owed them for years. Both Change Ministry Church in GSA Rock Hill community Pastor Jenkins Johnson, charged with kidnapping and criminal conspiracy. Michael Kwe accuses the prelate of kidnapping his wife several years ago and impregnating her. Away from Liberia, a Sudanese militia leader has been found guilty of committing war crimes and crimes against humanity in the Darfur region more than 20 years ago. The U.S. has deported 10 people to Eswatini despite rights groups in the Southern African state mounting legal action to block the plan. These are stories to follow here this morning. Please take another short break, but we'll come back with breaking voices of the news On this one note, the Coalition for Democratic Change has announced October 18 as the official groundbreaking ceremony for its new national headquarters in Congo Town. The construction of the headquarters is part of the party's broader strategy to enhance its institutional activities. Speaking at the major press conference Monday, the headquarters construction committee chairman, Representative Fonatet Kofa, said the new headquarters will serve as the administrative and strategic home for the party's activities.
As you know, some time ago, the Standard Bearer appointed this committee, charged us with the task being a comprehensive effort to return forthwith speedy and expeditious construction of a party headquarters after our Bernard compound headquarters was before the eyes of a watching world unlawfully, viciously, and maliciously destroyed. And out of the ashes of that destruction comes today a new beginning for our noble party. We are here to announce today that on October 18, the standard bearer of our party, former President George Manneh Weah, will officially at our new party location in the area opposite the Greater Refuge Church. We are calling on all of our parties to assemble on those grounds to declare them sacred to the CDC and to join our standard bearer in launching and inaugurating the new headquarters project. On Sunday, October 19, we will be assembling at the Fokekron Church for Thanksgiving that CDC, a party born out of struggle, continues to survive and thrive in the midst of all of the current adversity. So we give our partisans, well-wishers, and friends to join us on the 19th for the Thanksgiving service.
He is the chairman of the party construction headquarters, Representative Fonatet Kofa speaking. In a related development, the chairman of the Congress for Democratic Change, Jangat Koo, has announced that the party is fully committed to pursuing legal action concerning the recent demolition of its former headquarters in Congo Town. Chairman Koo described the demolition as both illegal and premature, noting that the party will exhaust all legal efforts to ensure that the government is held accountable for its alleged actions.
We saw on video the demolition of the headquarters. We felt it was illegal because we have active abuse at the level of the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia. We think the demolition, the destruction was premeditated or malicious. But we took every step to be sure that demolition didn't take place, because it was an eviction, but it turned out to be a destruction and demolition of the headquarters, even to the extent the symbolic sycamore tree was uprooted, and demonstrated the level of malice associated with the demolition. So it was a clearly politically motivated destruction, hardly behind legality. And as we, like Council Kofa indicated, we are pursuing this matter to its logical legal conclusion. So we'd like to use this occasion to announce that several actions that were looted at the airport, including of Yigo, still have not been accounted for those whereabouts. And so we have contacted the civil office of the sheriff, and we have not gotten any indications to whereabouts of those items that were contained from our national headquarters. So we bring the government fully accountable, indicated on the day before the demolition, government is fully liable for the removal of those items because the armed police, the sword, the green sword, and the midnight were clearly there was a government action.
He's CDC acting National Chairman Jangat Kuo there speaking. The pastor of the Most Changed Ministry Church in GSA Rock Hill community has been charged to the Monrovia City Court for allegedly kidnapping and impregnating Madam Musu Kwe, member of the church. Pastor Jenkins Johnson's arrest was as the result of a complaint filed to the court by Marco Kwe, husband of Madam Musu Kwe. Kwe claimed that his wife fell ill since they got married years ago, suggesting that her pastor could heal her. Following Magistrate Ben Bako's decision, Marco Kwe told judicial reporters that his concern is his 14-year-old child whereabouts and not the pregnancy of his wife.
But the whole episode started from this. Donna Nadima welcome testified. And this young man in Koshako is a pastor. He told him woman if you go back to that house, there will be 3 days that you want to die.
You mean it is why the pastor threw your wife after she went for deliverance?
Yes, I'm telling you. There will be 3 days that if she go to the house, she's going to die. So while the others also there, I put on the this day I came to work, but when my own the whole house was there. And the same place where I accused her of the same pastor, that's the same place that she took it out in it.
So what is the name of the pastor and which church is he pastoring?
The name of the church is More Changed Ministry on GSA Rock Hill.
So you came to court on ground that he kidnapped your wife and your 14-year-old child.
Person that to speak, I don't know the way of my son.
It is true that your wife is pregnant for him, the pastor in
She's
question.
pregnant. I have a video of that, I have a photo of that.
So how long you put been together?
We spent 10 years together with the father.
You have any misunderstanding before this episode?
No, not really misunderstanding. After the wedding, she started getting sick. So that's where she, the same person, told me that she knew about the wish now, then the brother to her.
But we also understand you are a member of the church.
No, we resided in Broadway, and the main church is on GSA.
She left Broadway due to her illness to come to her pastor for healing.
That's it right there.
Because of the crime kidnapping, the matter had been transferred from the Monrovia City Court to Criminal Court A.
Yeah.
So that means you're planning to indict the pastor.
Yeah, I've been doctor already, so you know the way about my son. As I feel you know the way about my son.
There is a huge crime you have put on the pastor. Do you have evidence to this?
I have a lot of evidence to this.
He's Marco Kwe, the husband of Musu Kwe, speaking in an interview. Scores of aggrieved students of Bombay County Community College on Monday presented a petition to the local leadership of Bombay County. The students in the petition call for urgent intervention in addressing ongoing nationwide strike by rural university and colleges faculty association. Academic activities across rural higher learning institutions have been stalled due to what the protester described as salary disparities and demands for salary standardization for faculty members. During the Monday's protest, the student described the current situation as disappointing, noting that it is severely affecting their academic progress. Reading the petition, Alfred Coleman appealed to Bombay County Superintendent Miata Dole to take immediate steps in resolving the crisis. It emphasized that the students are growing increasingly frustrated by the lack of learning activities on campus. Receiving the petition, Bombay County Superintendent Miata Dole assured the students of her commitment to addressing their grievances. She promised to meet with the college administration, including the president of Bombay Community College, to discuss possible ways forward. We'll bring you that asset in our subsequent newscast. Hundreds of residents of Marquette clan in rural Todi district, Montserrat County, over the weekend staged a peaceful assembly calling on the Liberian government to reinstate Jade Foley Lewis as their rightful clan chief. The protest comes in the wake of controversial decision to withdraw Lewis' appointment, which was initially issued by the Ministry of Internal Affairs through the Office of the Superintendent. According to the residents, Lewis had received an official letter naming him as clan chief, but the appointment was suddenly revoked following a directive from the That's from a higher authority within 2 weeks after receiving the letter, followed by the induction ceremony. Speaking during a peaceful gathering, the spokesperson Emmanuel David Tukbat alleged that the reversal was due to political influence, specifically pointing fingers to Bon County Senator Prince Moi and other officials. Tukbat claimed that Senator Moi, who owns a farm in the district, and others are influencing local governance for personal gain and are allegedly using money to suppress dissent.
I am calling on the parliament, the president, the superintendent of the G2. I am calling on Emmanuel David, Marquette, Liberia. If they receive this message, let them be in the know that every information that going to them is misleading. Louis is not actually nobody here, but for Louis is disaster. The citizen right to choose their own clan chief, not the legislature or judiciary. No, it is the citizen right to choose their own parliament chief, not the president. The president start from township commissioner all the way up. Today, they will not drink water. Any water is in drinking it from their own pocket. So if it comes to resources, we are not saying that it was there for the Louis that built this only tower. You see a beautiful water tower here. You are not it was built by him. But leadership is an ability. He has the ability and people losing around. But we suspect that there are people around here who just want to use the clan resources for their own. I get it to my friend because we know each other. And the youth are not benefiting, not the citizens are not benefiting. Since before they get into power, there are people who group themselves, few handful of people that don't even reach the 410. Stand against Marquette now 40. So just few months ago, we were called to Benton, where Father Louis was given letter, a permanent letter. Father, from today, you are the country of Marquette. Out of the setting, after 2 days, they called him back to carry the letter back down. All our people from the high, they mentioned the name of the president. They mentioned Primo. Who came a bar land here and they go to a farm. They don't have the 550 house there. Senator Primo from one country. Yes, sir. If one land here, if you go there, you don't have even said to you what for it. If you want to have the people of Liberia, come and join him with a club chief to carry on development. While you said that all the people that don't have Marquette are hard, they will just go to you say, Father Louis do this. Father Louis do this because you feed this unity party. Liberia does not belong to unity. Any president that win, everybody in the country, they are your solution. Yes, Peace. Emmanuel David Tukbat, the spokesperson, speaking. What if you just joining us with the time half past the hour on Monday, listening to King's Newsroom, a 45-minute news presentation about Liberia, Africa, and the rest of the world. The stories we're following this morning: the coalition for democratic change sets October 18 for party new headquarters groundbreaking. CDC headquarters construction committee chairman Council of Fanatical says lands have been secured in other counties for local headquarters construction. Doctors, nurses, and several other workers of ERW Hospital accused the hospital management of failing to pay COVID-19 risk allowance and other benefits owed them for years. More Chinchard Ministry Church in GSA Rockhill, Pastor Jenkins Johnson charged with kidnapping and criminal conspiracy. Mark of Way accuses the prelate of kidnapping his wife several years ago in a pregnancy home. Away from Liberia, a Sudanese militia leader has been found guilty of committing war crimes and crimes against humanity in the Darfur region more than 20 years ago. The U.S. has deported 10 people to Eswatini, despite rights group in the Southern African state mounting legal action to block the plan. These are stories we're following here at this morning case. We are taking another short break and we'll come back and watching this The political leader of the Alternative National Congress has called on members of the ANC to work hard in order to redeem the Liberians from the high level of poverty that most of them are experiencing as a result of bad governance.
He challenged the newly elected officers of the party to lead differently, to re-energize themselves, to be motivated in order to prepare better for the 2029 presidential and legislative elections. Speaking, Cummings spoke shortly after he and other members of the Alternative National Congress were inducted at the end of the 4th National Convention of the ANC held in Kakatamagibi County during the weekend.
I want to congratulate the new officers, and I want to challenge them to lead differently, to lead better, to lead re-energized and motivated to take our party to 2029. I want to thank you for your unwavering belief and commitment in the principles, in the mission, the vision, the values of the ANC. Thank you for that. And may you remain faithful. May you recognize that we have work to do, that we have to sacrifice if we want to reduce the suffering of the Liberian people. Today, I want to talk about the fact that most Liberians go to bed hungry. Most Liberians struggle to send their children to school. Most Liberians struggle to pay their rent. And God forbid, when most Liberians get sick, they don't have access to medical care, medical treatment. It is for those Liberians that we are fighting for. We are fighting to reduce the inequality in our country, where few people benefit from the resources of Liberia and the majority of Liberians suffer.
Speaking earlier, the national chairman of the ANC, Lafayette Gould, disclosed that his leadership has embarked on journey of rebuilding fueled by enthusiasm and optimism.
In the wake of our recent electoral loss, we experienced a period of disenchantment and despair. Yet, it is in these moments of diversity that we find our greatest strength. We have embarked on a journey of rebuilding, fueled by enthusiasm and optimism. The 1% support we received during the elections is growing, and our party stands ready to answer the call of the Liberian people. Under our stewardship, the ANC has emerged as a true alternative in the political sphere. Our membership is expanding rapidly, and our Women's League is actively re-engaging with communities. The Youth League, under the dynamic leadership of Aliyu Kadi, has been instrumental in door-to-door engagement, bringing our political leader closer to the masses.
He's the national chairman of the ANC, Lafayette Gould. Earlier, you heard the voice of the standard bearer, Alexander Cummings. The Assistant Minister for Technical Services at the Ministry of Internal Affairs, Orlando Arman, led a high-power delegation from the National Road Fund to Grand Cape Mount County in support of the county's ongoing road maintenance and side brushing initiative. During the visit on Monday, the delegation presented several essential materials, including 50 cutlasses, 2 motorbikes, 30 wheelbarrows, rakes, 53 pairs of rain boots, 10 road signs, and other tools aimed at improving road conditions in the area. Speaking during the presentation ceremony, Assistant Minister Orlando Arman reaffirmed the government's commitment to enhancing road connectivity across Liberia, especially in rural communities where poor road conditions continue to affect transportation and economic activities.
For this time around, we selected 10 counties because of the limited funding that we have. Unfortunately for Cape Mount, they became part of the 10 counties. So we have come today to present to them the road brushing materials that we have bought. And for Cape Mount, we have cutlasses, 50 pieces, rakes, 50 pieces, wheelbarrows, 30 pieces, safety or rain boots, we have 53 pairs, hand gloves, we have 50 pairs, safety or reflective jackets, we have 53 pieces, Road sign, that's cone, we have 10 pieces. Signboards indicating that yes, we are in Grand Cape Mount County doing the roadside brushing with funding from the National Road Fund. We have one piece of signboard that will be posted along the road, and then we have 2 motorcycles that will help in the process. Those 2 motorcycles, one is going to be presented to the county development officer that will help MIA to monitor the work that will be going on by the consultant that was being hired. And then one will be given to the consultant that will also help to facilitate their movement. So today, this is what we are here for. And I think we have officially seen the assets. They have been viewed, and pictorial evidence are there.
For his part, local authorities in Grand Cape County expressed deep appreciation to the Ministry of Internal Affairs International Road Fund for the timely intervention. They pledged to make effective use of the materials to maintain and keep the county's road network safe and accessible throughout the year. The National Teachers Association of Liberia is encouraging stakeholders in the educational sector to invest in teachers' training and improve salaries. The association's president, Mary Newman, disclosed that teachers continue to experience many challenges, including low salaries, poor working conditions, lack of motivation from the government and proprietors of schools. Madam Newman spoke at the program marking the observance of the World Teachers' Day organized by the National Teachers Association of Liberia and partners in Salala, Bon County on Monday.
As president of the National Teachers Association of Liberia, I call upon all stakeholders to renew your commitment to teachers. Let us strengthen teachers' education and training programs. Improve the welfare and working condition of teachers. Include teachers in decision-making and celebrate teaching as the noble profession that shapes all others. To our government and partner, I say, support teachers and you secure the future. Every great nation invests in its teachers, give them the tools, the training, and the trust, and they will transform generations. Fellow educators, as we celebrate this day, let us rise again with courage and pride. Let us see ourselves not just as employees, but as nation builders. Every lesson we teach, every child we inspire, every value we show, these are the foundations of.
Also remarking during the program, NTAL's Secretary General Dominic Suarez said the observance of the World Teachers' Day is intended to advocate for the improvement of the livelihoods of teachers and encouraging them to network so as to improve the teaching profession.
World Teachers' Day is a unique occasion where teachers all over the world gather to prove to the world that we are not outcasts of society. Same way the representative rights card, teachers also have the right to write card. Every person needs to be treated equally. So this day is a positive protest to the world that teachers are not good for nothing people.
He's the National Secretary General Dominic Suarez. Earlier, you heard the voice of the president of the National Teachers Association of Liberia, Mary Newman. And away from Liberia, a Sudanese militia leader has been found guilty of committing war crimes and crimes against humanity in the Darfur region more than 20 years ago. Ali Mohammed was one of the leaders of the Janjaweed, a government-backed group that terrorized Darfur, killing hundreds of thousands of people. Kushab is the first person to be tried by the International Criminal Court for atrocities in Darfur. He had argued it was a case of mistaken identity. The conflict lasted from 2003 to 2020, and that was one of the world's gravest humanitarian disasters, with allegations of ethnic cleansing and genocide against the region's non-Arabic population. The U.S. had deported 10 people to Eswatini despite rights groups in the Southern African state mounting legal action to block the plane. This is the second batch of deportees that the Trump administration has sent to Eswatini as part of its hardline approach towards immigration. The 10 have been securely accommodated and pose no threat to the public, Eswatini's Prison Department said in a statement. Eswatini human rights lawyer told the BBC he was shocked and dismayed that the government had taken in the group despite the ongoing court case against the arrival of 5 deportees in July. On that note, I would like to go home this morning on this edition of the program Case Newsroom. But just before we go home, let's remind you of stories that we follow. The Coalition for Democratic Change says October 18th for the party. New headquarters groundbreaking. CDC headquarters construction committee chairman Councilor Fola Dekofa says lands have been secured in other counties for local headquarters construction. Doctors, nurses, and several other workers of ELWA hospital accused the hospital management of failing to pay COVID-19 risk allowance and other benefits owed them for years. Mo Ginger Ministry Church in GS Rockville, Pastor Jenkins Johnson charged with kidnapping and criminal conspiracy. Mark Okwe accuses the PA of kidnapping his wife several years ago and pregnancy call. And away from Liberia, a Sudanese militia leader has been found guilty of committing warfare and crimes against humanity in the Darfur region more than 20 years ago. The U.S. had deported 10 people to Eswatini despite rights groups in the Southern African state mounting legal action to block the plan. These are stories to follow here this morning. I would like to say many thanks to all of our reporters, correspondents, news editors who have been making this package of success. Margaret Bass, South Controls, and coordinated the sounds. Let us still join us this afternoon at 1 o'clock, at which time will be of another edition of the program Case News. My name is Newton Tupa. I presented this edition of the program. Thanks for listening.